Students prepare for DeMarcus Ware Day.
And the Symphony Band concert. Stay tuned. TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network at Troy, Alabama's International University, this is TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision News for April 18th, 2016. I'm Deborah Bogart.
And I'm Jordan Elston. Thank you for joining us this evening. Tomorrow, the state of Alabama will take time to honor one of Trojan football's most famous alums. Tomorrow is DeMarcus Ware Day in Alabama. Ware will be recognized by the governor and the legislature in the ceremonies in the capital city tomorrow morning, but then the celebration will move into Trojan territory. Ware will be presented with the key to the city and Troy University's Distinguished Leadership Award at an event at 5 p.m. in the Trojan Arena. The Trojan Arena event will be free and open to the public. Everyone is invited to attend.
Troy University had a new addition come to the Montgomery campus that will offer both students and the folks that work in downtown Montgomery a new food and beverage option. I got to get a little preview of the new campus bookstore that is nearing completion. Craving a cup of cocoa and a croissant while visiting the Capitol? Well, you are in luck. Troy University's Montgomery campus is now home to the coffee shop chain Starbucks, located in the Barnes & Noble bookstore in Whitley Hall.
We're here to celebrate our brand new Starbucks cafe. Ever since the press release that happened in October, everyone was asking for it, and it's now here.
You know, I think the Barnes & Noble Cafe is going to be a great addition to the Montgomery area. You know, the downtown community is really thriving. It's really building up, and I think this is a good element to help that growth.
Students, university employees, and others have been able to buy a cup of coffee since the soft opening last week, but the grand opening will take place later this month. But Myers said he has been very pleased with the reviews so far.
Very good reviews so far. We had a little soft opening last week. We were doing a few testing of drinks, and mostly from faculty and staff, and they were very appreciative and enjoying the cups of coffee that they received.
When completed, the coffee shop will have outdoor tables and doors with direct access to Montgomery Street in efforts to be more welcoming to people of downtown Montgomery and neighboring businesses.
We're still working on the front door, and the windows have been updated, so we are still open to the public. We have a secondary entrance that is open that people can come get their coffee right now.
Yeah, we're really excited about the location here. You know, obviously we have the base of Troy Montgomery students. We have the Capitol customers to draw from, the courthouse customers, and we know that the other areas of downtown Montgomery are really growing, so we think we're a good central location that will cater to all those needs.
Hamas said the Starbucks will have monthly specials and events geared to bring in the Montgomery community. The Montgomery campus is expected to hold the grand opening for the new bookstore on Thursday, April 28th.
Percussion filled the air Sunday evening as the Troy University Symphony Band wrapped up their performance calendar for the school year. Antonio Reese gives us a look.
The Troy University Symphony Band played their last show this semester on Sunday, a performance entitled Luminosity that had a big focus on percussion.
Well, I knew that it was going to be a terrific performance, and they lived up and exceeded my expectations. It was just, it was a wonderful, wonderful concert. The band played exceedingly well, and Andrew Patzig, our timpanist, really played. He's going to be a world-class performer one of these days, and he's on his way to a really impressive career.
And Patzig said he too was pleased with his future performance on the timpani drums.
It went well. It went great. I was a little nervous at the beginning, but it went well. We've been rehearsing, so everything went as planned.
Overall, Walker says the final outing for the symphony band this year went well.
It was just, I was really happy with it. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect performance by any means, but I think it's probably as close as we can reasonably expect. It was just really, really fine, and I'm extremely proud of them.
Now that the symphony band is through with their performance schedule for the year, the School of Music is starting to make plans for next year.
Our plans for the future right now, we have to do drum major auditions, and we got to start getting ready for marching band in the fall. And we're going to take a break for a little while, and then we're going to start with some challenging music in the fall when we reconvene as a symphony band.
Antonio Reese, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Fans of the arts will have another chance to see a performance this week as Troy's dancers will present the concert elements starting this Wednesday in the Claudia Crosby Theater. College can be a stressful time in a person's life with a normal class load and responsibilities. However, add a young child into the mix and things can be challenging.
Clifton Hastings shows us an example of a Troy student that finds a way to bring student life and family together in a way that works.
College can be time-consuming and a big responsibility. For Zach Noneman, not only does he have the responsibility of being a full-time student with a full-time job, but he is also a full-time father.
It's challenging, but I feel like the challenge is a good thing. It keeps me motivated. You don't want to become complacent. Sometimes challenges in life will cause you to succeed more than you won't want to set the bar too low. You want to try to overcome any challenges that come your way. And, I'm really happy. I love being a father.
Emily Noneman is the daughter of Zach and his wife Beth. She has helped Zach become a more responsible individual and has helped him better manage his time between work and school.
He's basically nonstop, going from like 6 a.m. to 8:30, 9 o'clock at night when he finally starts on homework. And, he's up. I'm in bed a long time before he comes to bed, so he usually 12, 1 a.m. in the morning, and then sleep for a couple hours and then wake up and do it all again.
Stress is a major opponent of most college students. Everyone needs a way to relieve it. For Zach, friends and family are some of the biggest supporters he has, even during the most difficult of times.
Focus on what you do well. At the very least, you're doing something right. And then, of course, work on what you're struggling with and focus on reaching out to your support group. If you don't have a strong circle of support, try to search out for people and make new friends that'll help you out in your classes and to help you study.
Zach plans on graduating with a bachelor's degree in computer science in the fall of 2017. And at the end of it all, he will not have done it alone. Clifton Hastings, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. An Alabama man pleaded guilty to fatally shooting his wife in a doctor's office in 2015. Eric Price of Jemison pleaded guilty Monday to a murder charge in the slaying of 24-year-old Leah Jarvis Price. Prosecutors will recommend a sentence of 40 years in prison for the 27-year-old man.
Authorities say an Alabama shoplifting suspect who was in police custody died in a hospital emergency room during a 2-hour wait for a bed. State officers are investigating the death of 26-year-old Justin Lee Dunn, who was arrested at a store by Decatur police and later taken to the hospital as he grew ill. A police spokesman says medical workers sent the man to the waiting room after an initial screening, and he was unresponsive by the time a bed was available.
Organizers of a major sailboat race on Alabama's coast are making changes to improve safety a year after the annual regatta ended in 6 deaths on Mobile Bay. Boats competing in the upcoming Dauphin Island race will be tracked by computer programs to keep up with their locations. Race officials also are requiring a full list of everyone aboard each boat. Still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the Trojans softball team was in action over the weekend with a home series against a Sun Belt Conference opponent. Ryan Renfro has more in sports.
And Japan is cleaning up after an earthquake. More on that after the break.
As a first-time Olympian, it was a true honor for me to represent Team USA in London. I'm also proud to represent another great team, the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, who sponsors Swim for MS, a national fundraiser where you can create your own swim challenge. Anything from swimming laps for pledges to jumping cannonballs for cash. If you love swimming like I do, register today at swimforms.org.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
The Trojan baseball team hit the road over the weekend for a series against the Red Wolves of Arkansas State. The Trojans put up a season high of 11 runs in the first inning, winning 11-1, but then lost on Saturday by a final of 4-3. And with the series split headed into Sunday's third and final game of the series, the Trojans came ready to play. Senior infielder Bert Gibbons had an impressive performance on Sunday, driving in Troy's first 2 runs of the game in the 2nd inning with his first career triple to left center field. The Trojans kept their foot on the gas late in the game, scoring 3 runs in the 6th and 7th innings to take an 8-0 lead. The Red Wolves had only 6 hits in the game, falling to the Trojans by a final of 8-1. Head coach Mark Smart comments on his team's success over the weekend.
We won 2 out of 3 on the road, which is always a great thing for any team. We lost the middle game 4-3. Really good ball game. They scored 2 late to beat us. We couldn't answer that. But a real convincing win Friday, 11-1. Grant Bennett was great. And a really solid getaway win on Sunday. Lucas Brown dominated on the mound. We won 8-1. So all in all, a really good road series win for our team.
The Trojans will hit the road once again this week with a matchup tomorrow night against the Alabama Crimson Tide at 6:30. Tomorrow night's game will be televised on the SEC network. And with the baseball team on the road over the weekend, the Trojans softball team was in action right here at home with a Sun Belt matchup against Texas State. Both squads each won 1 game apiece in Saturday's doubleheader, and then came Sunday's 3rd and final game of the series. Jamal Kennedy has the highlights.
The Trojans dropped a tough series at home after their 8-0 defeat to Texas State on what head coach Beth Mullins dubs Championship Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, they jumped on us and, scored in almost every inning, and we didn't score in any inning. So when that happens, you're not going to win many ball games. I thought they made adjustments, and it took us till the second time around to make some. So they did a better job of coming out on Championship Sunday and, playing.
The Trojans fell behind early, giving up 2 runs in the 1st inning behind the pitching of Ashley Rainey, and the Bobcats would score in every frame minus the 2nd, while the Trojans struggled to find their offense.
We've had to score runs all year, and we're very capable of it. We've just, got to get our minds right and get back to having quality at bats and not wait around to the 2nd or 3rd inning and 3rd time around to kind of be confident in ourselves. But
the Trojans managed to get into scoring position a few times, but couldn't cash in when they needed to, while the Bobcats got a 4-run 5th inning to extend their lead to 8-0 before holding the Trojans in the bottom half for the win.
Tough series loss at home for the Trojans this weekend, but head coach Beth Mullins knows her team is just on the cusp of a breakthrough.
We're not that far off. We're just, not finishing some games, and so we're going to, practice hard on Tuesday and prepare for our last midweek, and then we've got, 9 more conference games left, and so there's plenty of games left. We've just got to, get our confidence back and our swag back and start playing Troy softball.
On the day, the Trojans found themselves out-hit 10-4. Jamal Kennedy, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
The Trojans head out to Atlanta this week for a road matchup against Georgia Tech this Wednesday. The Yellow Jackets come into the game with an overall record of 17-27. The women's golf team teed off on Sunday in the Sun Belt Conference Championships, and I don't want to jinx anything, but the Trojans finished day 1 in 1st place. Throughout the day 1, the Trojans had 3 individuals in the top 6. Freshman Bianca Lobauer shot 2 over 73 in the 1st round and finished tied for 1st place. The Trojans as a team fired a 16 over 300 and finished with a 1-shot lead over Texas State. The Trojans have won the past 2 Sun Belt Conference championships, have now been on the top line of the tournament's team leaderboard for 6 straight rounds dating back to the opening round of the 2014 championships. And with the women's team competing in the conference championships, the men's golf team is hanging out here in Troy preparing for the men's Sun Belt Conference championships. Head coach Matt Terry comments on his team's status as it begins that preparation this week in practice and in an upcoming match against an in-state opponent.
We hope to have a good week of work. We are playing a little match against UAB on Thursday, a little match play event against, I think they're about 36 or 37 in the country, to get ourselves warmed up mentally for match play. But we still got to make it there. So after Thursday, it'll be total mental stroke play from there on out until Tuesday night, hopefully. We get in the Final Four and see what's up.
The tournament will begin on Sunday in Miramar Beach, Florida, and as you heard Coach say, the Trojans are eyeballing Tuesday in a possible Final Four appearance.